Thoughts are gone, thoughts don't care. Ghost in my head, thoughts that tear. F941239 branded on my file before I was 5 years clear. They all said the same shit. Better not tell, kid, it'll get way worse in here. Even the real kids whispering threats while their parents steer. Born in a folder, no crib, just a case number and a hearing date. Pills crushed in my juice, respiratory waves turning toddlers into a court case. F943 anxiety, F90 poison, separation ink they used to label me. Now those same codes turned into calibers, letters load the AR-15. 5156 for the panic attacks, 9 for the snakes, 223 for the mess they made. Leave me alone. This is perfect Christian home. Still feel your husband's hands on my neck. Leave me alone. Night shift worker, keys rattling while you're proud the heart. Leave me alone. Caseworker with the crocodile tears. You got paid while I starved through it all. Starved through it all. Reunification real. Level 2, bounce like trash. Learning roles in every house they make you feel. Level 3, chameleon bag, never unpacked. Visible just enough to read. Level gray, master read a lie in the blink. Route around rules in the street. Level 5, invisible state on ghost file. Too thick for any worker to read. Sleeping fragments, exits mapped. Made it out so low they know you a different breed. We the invisibles. No feelings left, just facts and mathematics. Hypervigilant, heart rate flat, rifle fluent, pistol fully automatic. Grown now, pulling up, packing. Only lesson we kept is right from wrong. Now wrong, getting corrected. 30 round hymns in a real dark song. F94 through a 5 pop 6. F93 to a full auto switch. F94 to reactive, that's why the AR twitch. 9 millis for the snakes that smile in your face. 223s for the nights they said this hurts me more while they finish the chase. Every code they wrote, every caliber, every lie became around. Every better not tell turned into a reason. We outside right now. Seen kids get walked out the back at 3 a.m. Staff pockets fat, no sound. One phone call, file closed, another invisible. Never found. They pray we don't delock forever or read the barrel in despair. But the ones who survive remember every smell, every room, every stair. Thoughts are gone, thoughts aren't care. Ghost in my head, thoughts that tear. Pred's gone dead. 2, 2, 3, good night. You're taking our kids every day. A child a minute. No one has a thing to say. For those who have been isolated, don't be worried, you have a voice today. So listen up everyone, here is the story. Child Protective Services is real. CPS is what they call it. They want our kids because it fills a lot of people's wallets. We all think it won't be us. We say when they come we will be so tough. It all sounds good when there's no one to take them, but when they come your voice gets to break it. Stay calm, step away. CPS ain't taking no one today. We are educated. Stay calm, step away. CPS, you need to leave. I know the tricks up your sleeve. You can't do what you're trying to do. We have done our homework. Don't do a damn thing without a warrant. You will no longer will steal our kids this way. Tiff and The Punisher have come for the call-in. They are giving us the CPS warning. Their voice is loud and clear. We stop losing our kids this year. Tiff wants to fight the entire planet. She is tired of our kids being taken. God damn it, she's been fighting CPS for 30 years, bringing children home from this disgusting mess. The Punisher is screaming out loud, abolish CPS and tear it down. I want all our kids to come back. Look at all those kids' pictures held up by Tiff Tac. Together we are stronger than we need. We will tear down CPS with hot speed. We will do so much being together. Birds of a feather flock together. So watch our CPS, here we come, picking you off one by one. We promise to bring back the family and prosecute the caseworkers unhandily. So give us back the kids you have taken. Tiff and The Punisher sending you all on a vacation. The one with bars in the windows, and the only games you play are on Nintendos. Corruption in courts, here we come. We won't stop until it's done. You judges need to learn what you stand for. This is Tiff and The Punisher Warrior. To all of you out there, we need support for a cause and many don't care. All children are being stolen away too often. So CPS, we plan on doing the stopping. Stop!
All right. Y'all ready? Rock and roll. What's up, everybody? It is me, CPS Punisher. Tonight, Tiff is not in. She had some things come up that she wasn't going to attend. But that's okay because I got Becca here with me, so she'll be out here in just a second. I hope everybody had a good weekend. I wanted to bring up something that we haven't spoken about, that we haven't brought to the attention of everybody, but the Cambrons, Brenda Cambron is and has been detained by the police in Texas. She was on her way to a rally, and she was picked up in Texas. I hear from this. I'm hearing everything from secondhand, so I apologize if something is a little bit different than what it is. But she was going to a rally in Texas. I guess she pulled over somewhere to go to sleep at a parking lot somewhere, and she was found there by the police. The police ran her name, and somehow miraculously, a warrant for her name came up. And from what I've heard, it was for threatening the life of a judge. That's just what I've heard. And it was also said that these warrants were from 2 years ago, which was the same time as her husband Chris's. Now, I don't know how that's possible, but she's been to the jail so many times to see him and all of this stuff, and she's never been picked up on this warrant before. I don't know. It smells awful fishy to me, guys. But that is what's going on. So Brenda is in jail. I don't know. I know that they were, from what I've heard, she was being extradited to back to Dixie County from Texas, and yeah, that's what I've got about that. So there's another one that is out there fighting for us. That now they're going to put the pressure on and keep her away from us. But we got to fight back, and we'll figure out how to fight back. So Brenda, we're here for you. All of us are here for you, and we're going to do everything we can to get you out of the clinic. But I'm going to bring Becca out, guys, and let's see what type of time Becca's having had. What's up, Becca?
What's up?
How was your weekend?
Peachy.
Yeah, there's nothing exciting happening in the world of Becca.
No.
You must have been doing some sort of a research on something. What were you researching this weekend?
Oh, I did do research on what is it? Point of order, the Robert's rules of what is it? Robert's rules of. I just drew a blank.
Yeah, the Roberts. Yeah, but then we found out that we can't use those in the courtroom, right? Like we can't use those in family court because they don't go back to the
parliamentary.
Like, parliamentary rules. Family courts don't act on that. But then we started talking about the Supreme Court, right?
Yeah.
Who keeps the Supreme Court in order? Like, so we sit here and we follow this case law. Everybody gets stuck in this case law. They're like, oh, case law this, case law that, this case law. And first, again, I have to reiterate to people that case law only matters to you. Well, first of all, if it is Supreme Court, it does matter to you because that is the law of the land, supposedly. But if you're using Supreme Court from a different circuit, it is still important, but it doesn't matter to that judge. The judge does not have to enforce those case laws, right, Becca?
Right.
That's an opinion that they don't have to go by. If it's from their same circuit, then it does have to become the standard.
Yep.
Not even 100% though. The judge most likely has to take precedence for what their ruling was, but they don't have to. They only have to take case to it. But if you were like, we're District 1. If we were in court and I used something from District 9, those judges could sit there and say fart in the wind on that. They don't care. That precedent, they'll take note of it, and that's that, and they move along. So there's another thing that you guys need to know about using case law, is you have to learn when to use it and when it's effective. So if you're using case law, it's more effective to find stuff from your own district, from your own court cases, from your own things in that matter. And then also don't be inserting case law where case law isn't needed to be inserted. You know, like you don't need to insert case law on motions for certain things. You don't need it. Like save that stuff. Use those. Those are for weapons. And up until recently, it seems like they were only using case law in appeals. Appeals is where you use the case law because in appeals you get to write a brief, tell your story, and then you back it up with the case law. That's when the time to really go out and essence. See, people are starting to turn their motions into memorandums, and that's not what they're supposed to be doing. Motions are just a quick little judge. You need to hear me on this matter. This is why, and these are the things that I'm citing, and I need some prayers for relief. Like that's pretty much emotion, right? And then your comings, Becca, is that not what emotion does?
I mean, yeah, essentially motion, you just put in the jurisdiction, what jurisdiction the court has, and what you are asking for, and what relief you want.
Right. You don't need to tell a story.
You don't need to go into full-fledged detail.
Right. The judge isn't even going to look at that stuff. They say that in one of my classes, they said that the judges realistically read the first 2 pages and the last 2 pages of anything that you send in. So everything that you want to be impactful needs to be in those first 2 pages, as well as the way you're. So ideally, you just want a 2 to 3 page motion. You don't want a 200-page motion, especially if you're trying to go out and just fight for something ridiculous. Because the time for brief and the time for speaking up and for oral arguments and things like that will come, but it's not from the gates when you're trying to sit there and get yourself appearance in front of the judge. But what the conversation that we were having is who keeps the Supreme Court in check? And what did we find out, Becca?
We found out that essentially, so what was it? Congress and the president and the way of the people is impeachment, and there was another one that they all came together, but essentially the president they all have specific duties they can do to. It's like checks and balances, essentially. I mean, that's what it boils down to, is having the checks and balances. But then I dove deeper into the fact of, well, what if they are? what if the checks and balances isn't working? And
you know what, Deidre? Let's get Deidre in here. Deidre's all talking on you, so let's get Deidre in here. Deidre, I'm putting a link up. Why don't you come in and join us for the show?
Yeah, she. Oh, my anonymous troll. I know. I thought that was funny. I was like, really? I was like, everybody now. I literally have had people post on my post, 2 different freaking anonymous people post on my post and literally be like, who is this person? What does she do? And I'm like, hold on a minute here. Like, there's nothing about you. I'm sorry. I'm not. You don't get to Google my name and find out who I am. Like, just because, I mean, they all started out that way, right? You got to start somewhere. So I don't understand. Like, I've literally had these people just, I mean, and it's funny that she calls them anonymous trolls, because I literally was just talking to a girl earlier who was like, I was telling her, she was like, what's the intellectual conversation topic for the day? And I'm like, the anonymous trolls, the ignorance of the anonymous trolls.
Right?
Because they're all anonymous trolls.
Yeah, keyboard warriors.
Yeah,
right?
And that's what I told him. I was like, I just love how you literally want to come on here and comment, and you talk about me being transparent, but you're hiding your identity. Make that make sense. Like,
hey, do you have Deidre's phone number?
I don't.
Yeah. I don't think I. Yeah, I must have it, Deidre, but I don't think I have it on the computer. Hold on. Deidre's great. She's got her own show. Are you a victim of CPS like me? On Vincent Davis platform.
I tried looking up her platform or her show yesterday actually, and I couldn't find it.
We have Deidre. She's on with Vincent Davis. So you got to go to Vincent Davis.
That's what I did on YouTube.
Yeah, and then her show is okay, I'll do my messenger. Yeah, are you a CPS victim just like me?
All the ones I saw were
That's her
Vincent
show.
Davis.
And I'll show you. I'm going to show you some. I'm going to show you. Well, we'll get back to the Supreme Court conversation, guys. That was, if you guys were into that. We definitely will, because we'll be talking about that. But to see Deidre pop in, it's like watching another celebrity. I've been friends for a long time now, so it's good to have her. It's good to have her and spread a little bit of words about her platform and everything too. Do you have her on Messenger?
No, I do not.
Where the hell is she? She's in here on this top.
Mason says hi.
Deidre. Hello, Mason. Message. Okay, Deidre, here you go. Yeah, Deidre and I used to be together for a while on Vincent Davis' platform. Here's I want to play this clip for you. This is one of the funniest moments that I've ever had in my podcasting career. This moment was, first of all, in this moment, Vincent Davis laughed, which was very, very out of sorts to see Mr. Davis hit in a good laugh. And Deidre and I couldn't control ourselves. This was one of the, like I said, one of the funniest moments I've ever seen or had. Let me see what it is. No, not it was a completely unscripted. No, not it was unscripted, whatever the words I'm looking for are. It was just
all natural.
Yeah, it just happened, and it was with Margaret was there, which I don't know if any of you remember Margaret or remember Margaret from all of our stuff, but Margaret has always been a fan of ours. No matter where any of us are, she follows us. She's really awesome. But this was she was in the interview, and Margaret was doing Margaret stuff, and she happened to end up. I'm just looking for the shorts.
Did you send Deidre a message on Messenger?
Yep, I sent it. Let's see, it's called Treasure Stuff. So I wasn't prepared for this. So normally I'd have this prepared. But I think, is it right here? Well, that one was funny. But that's not the one we're looking for. We had a lot of good times on Little Mr. Davis. Or at least Deidre and I thought they were good. Sorry, guys. Stop saying hard there. Let's see. There's Deidre. You want to pull her in?
Oh, we have no sound for Deidre.
Oh no, Deidre. Oh, she's on her phone.
Mm-hmm. Using Google Chrome.
Try to have her go back.
Use Google Chrome.
Yeah, just go in through Chrome. Yeah.
You better be glad I can read lips.
Yeah, you're good. It's got to be the one with the most views. Okay. Let's see. I'm looking. There's so many of these. TikTok, 2, thanks. Relish.
Poor Deidre's, now she's froze like that.
How is this some crazy picture with the mouth open?
She wasn't frozen with her mouth open.
This one? No, that one has quite a few views too. No, I think it's just that. And here I organize all of these, and here it is. So what's happening here is we're trying to get this guest to answer this question. Okay. I guess is the way that we keep on done here is just it's really something. But here, check this out, guys. This is just, if you don't think it's funny, then screw you.
Why did CPS
Oh, sorry.
take your kid away from you in the first place?
Oh, the chronic neglect. In Nevada, because they saw my husband's motorhome, and I didn't live there, and they said that we lived in a place that had no running water, no this, no that, and I said, I live in Utah. I was just visiting his dad. I lived in Utah, and and then I even got like in front of me the what's so funny?
Oh, I knew you would play that one.
That's why they took him, because of neglect.
Yeah. Can you hear
I was
me?
just with my husband for 2 days in that
Yeah, we hear you,
motorhome.
Deidre.
Okay, well, real quick, because I'm about to go into work. So, speaking of
What's
Davis,
going on with you?
I had my supposed to be evidentiary trial hearing date today for court with Davis. And can you believe
Yeah, and how
that the motion we filed to terminate the guardianship that I filed back in July of last year, as of today, we walked in ready to go, had all of our, subpoenas out, our witnesses ready to go. And the county filed a new 35-page report 2 days ago, and Davis just found out about it this morning. So we walked in there and told the judge to exclude the report. And he said, well, I'm not going to exclude it, but I'll give you a continuance. So now we have to go back again now in July, meaning a whole year has gone by.
Gee, Manili.
And then that's absolutely asinine.
And my mom now
Deidre, you're
has
sideways.
basically decided she no longer wants to be the guardian. So she's gotten now my cousin that is in her late 20s that has no kids of her own, is going to school to be a child psychologist. She's been spoon fed her whole life and has nothing better to do than to keep my kids from me, and obviously for the money. So now my mom literally already basically moved my kids in with my cousin 2 weeks ago here in California, unbeknownst to the courts. Just did it anyways. And she's also fighting me for basically custody.
Yeah, I know about cousins fighting you for your kids.
Yeah.
It's freaking it's insane. She's only like 23, isn't she?
Like 27, but still, she basically already got what she wants. She has it now. And now she's getting the money because my mom's not getting it. She's getting it now. So yeah, I get to see my kids a lot more often, and she's supervising it, but you know how that goes. I mean, she's writing all those lovely reports on me.
Well, Deidre, you know what? At least there's this. You've been fighting this as long as I've been terminated. You've been still in the fight with your kids, so you should be thankful for that. Like you're still hanging in there, and you're still, you're still allowed to see your kids. You're still doing that. I mean, I know they're not home with you, and I know that that's killing you guys, but then you guys are still in the fight, and you still have the fight with you.
Yeah, but I don't want to talk too much about this part on camera, but let's just say all the money that I put into my attorney.
Yeah.
I won't say anything here. We'll have to talk offline, but wow, do people have two sides to them to the fullest? But that'll be for another day when it's all said and done with. But I'm already in it this far, so I gotta just, like ChatGPT says, you've gotten in this far, you might as well just try and see what you thought you paid all the money for. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I could write a whole book just on that whole thing in itself.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I'm sure.
But your anonymous troll, I feel like, is also in that same category, if you know what I mean.
Oh yeah, 100%. Yeah, 100%.
Isn't it amazing that the people that are trying to help people out the most are the ones that get ridiculed, the ones that get hated on, isn't it? Like they get.
And I'm still doing my show every week I can, if you know what I mean. I'm still playing that part. Oh, am I playing that part? You would think that would play off in my favor in some point, right?
Right. Your show's called "You're a CPS Victim Just Like Me."
Are you a
right?
CPS victim like me? Yeah. I've been having it. I had Michael
Yeah,
Volpe
well.
on a couple weeks ago.
Did you? You brought
Yeah.
him in? Cool.
And then I had
That's good.
I don't know. I'm just doing it more or less for the reasons why I'm sure you could see why I'm doing it. But other than that, I feel like I've been the longest standing recently host. Did you hear about Bob Pace?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we
So
did.
sad.
We did a little shout out.
I know.
But
Crazy.
it's so sad that he passed. Is that sudden?
I mean, I don't think his health was very good, but I mean, to just go like that, I mean, it was so unexpected. I mean, I think his one son, it just was a senior in high school still, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And man, did he give in the fight for it. I mean, I think he was getting paid, but I mean, he was doing 3 shows a day at one point, every day. And I'm like thinking, oh, Lordy, Bob Pace. But you know what? I mean, he still had the fight in him like any other parent, you know? He basically lost one of his kids, his daughter, because, you know, they brainwashed her and, you know, went that road. But, you know, I'm still dealing with my youngest too that, you know, I lost through adoption.
Yeah, what's going on with you, baby?
I don't know if I ever told you, but last October when he was going to turn about 5 and we were expected to see him for a visit, they decided to tell me a week later that not only did they move, but they moved clear across the states to Cincinnati. So,
Oh, right in Becca's back.
Yeah, that's
What's
right in
that?
my alley.
That's right in Becca's backyard.
yeah, well, what good is that going to do me?
Well, you have a place to stay if you try to go to Cincinnati.
Ah, shit. No,
I'm dating
thank
the
you.
area. I'm about an hour past that. I'm about an hour up from that. I'm north.
No, but
You're
yeah,
not
I
going to
mean,
go to Cincinnati.
when
Well,
this
yeah,
is all
but
said
it's-
and done with, if it ever ends, I mean, I feel like literally it's never going to end. But one good thing out of all this is, you know, I technically had to do services again to make me look like, you know, all of a sudden I'm going to be a fit parent, you know, even though I did my whole case plan. But because I hadn't done any services since my case had closed, you know, they weren't even going to like make it seem like I had done anything, right? So I did another parenting class. I did another domestic violence class. And, you know, I've been having a therapist through BetterHelp. I don't know if you guys have heard of the app, but you would not believe the
No.
therapist that I got linked up with. I freaking hit the lottery. Not only is she a licensed social worker and also a licensed therapist, but she also had a CPS case herself back in the day out of Orange County, and she got her kids back. So man, oh man, did she write me a letter of like,
Recommendation.
Like, oh my God, like just like a letter to show like, you know, how my therapy is going. But
Right.
I mean, when she had that phone call with my social worker, I mean, it's just funny. Like she was ready. She was one of our witnesses today, and you know, she was ready to just go at it, you know, and she will be. But man, that's one good thing out of it.
Deidre, I just want to point out.
What's that?
I want to point out to everybody watching. I want to just point out to everybody that's watching here that this is what your hope and your fight will get. Deidre's been fighting this for as long as I've been involved in this with my kid as
2020.
well. But yeah, so Deidre's. They've tried to TPR, they've tried to do all kinds of stuff, and she just keeps fighting and fighting and fighting. And she still has access to her kids. She's still getting these things, and she's still making strides to get her kids back home. So don't quit, but don't give
Well, the
up.
thing that they
You know
did
what I
with
mean?
me is they had opened up a case on me when I had Carter and Colton that were like 5 and 6, but I was 8 months pregnant with my third, Colton or Caden. And I didn't know that if you had an open CPS case, they could take the baby like straight from the hospital. Well, fast forward, that's exactly what they did. And they placed my youngest in a foster home that were Mormon, that couldn't have kids of their own, that found out if they went through the county, they would basically get to adopt. And that's exactly what they did. So I ended up losing my rights to my youngest just because they wanted to adopt. But then my mom had my 2 older boys, and she found out that if she's just a legal guardian, that she'll continue to get $2,600 a month until they're 18. So it's more or less just because
Is that
they wanted to adopt.
$2,600 or $2,600 total?
She has $2,600 a month, and she's had them in her care since 2020. So it's almost, I think, 200 grand that she's
Per child?
gotten.
Is it $2,600 per kid,
No.
or is it just
No,
$2,600 total?
for both of them. But I've done the math. It's almost 200,000 that she's gotten over the last 5 years.
$26,000 a year.
What's that?
It's $26,000 a year. I mean, that's
Here and that is more than $26,000 a
Two
year.
hun-
We have 12 months
It
in a
was like-
year.
It was like 183,000 is the last time I checked recently as far as how long she's had them. Almost 200 grand. But make a long story short, it's the fact that not only am I trying to obviously terminate the guardianship, but it's more or less like I feel like I'm fighting my freaking family still at the end of the day more than anything. My kids, my oldest is going to be 14 and my middle child just turned 12, and they've done nothing but say how much they want to come home. And granted, Davis is going to have them, speak to the judge. They were ready to do it today in the chambers, but it's just like, it's not like we're talking about a toddler or an infant. We're talking about like
how did your case go? Like when you out of curiosity, I mean,
this is the other sad part, but then I really got to go because I got to start work in 5 minutes. But me and my husband, we were moving to one county to try and find better cost of living, but we couldn't find jobs. So we came back to Orange County, didn't have jobs. I was pregnant 8 months with our third. We went to a family shelter. And, the four of us, me 8 months pregnant in one room in a family shelter, my husband went a little crazy. And so I asked the receptionist one day that my husband needs some kind of mental health, like something, help him. And in the midst of that, they brought in a CPS investigator and took my 5 and 6-year-old off to the side to interview them. I know nothing about CPS. I don't even know anything about anything. And my oldest has had a constipation issue since he's been born, still to this day. He made a comment that my dad puts poop in my face, meaning he would show him the poop in his underwear and show him, Carter, this is not okay. You're old enough to tell us. Now you're going to get a rash. It's going to be all broken out. You need to tell us when you have a log of shit in your butt so we can clean you and blah, blah, blah. Well, they took that to the extreme. And then they made me sign a safety plan, which I didn't know, stating that the father wouldn't be at the shelter. Well, where's he going to go? We're homeless, right? So we took our one car. So I said, well, screw this. We got motel vouchers. We go to the motel. The next day, police show up at the motel and literally rip our kids out of our arms, saying that I broke this safety plan, which I thought was only that he couldn't be at the shelter. Meaning I'm trying to get him help. We're all trying to get help as a family. We're in the shelter. And that's how my whole thing went.
Out of curiosity.
Yeah, and then I lose my youngest that wasn't even born when this all, so to speak, started. I mean, it's crazy. I tell you, every case is crazy. But it's the fact that probably
all 100% of it.
But it's the fact that my own family, literally fell for the typical divide and conquer. And to this day, I have not had a single family member in my life since then. They've all been my biggest enemies. And it's disgusting.
Like I say, that you caught the CPS. That's it. They don't want anything to do with you.
My mom literally says that if I never got my kids back, there still must be something that I'm not doing right. I'm like, you're not doing the right thing.
It's a shame. And that's why they keep it all so closed off, because it's a shameful thing. That's what it's always been seen as. Always.
I was going to Vegas for 2 years straight with my husband, and we were seeing my kids overnight, for weekends at times, for weeks at times, overnight, unsupervised. I'd go to Vegas, I'd pick up the kids, and then I'd drop them back off at my mom's when the week was over. For 2 years straight. Davis told me that should be a slam dunk to basically terminate the guardianship, because obviously there's no safety concerns, right? Wow, did that get turned against me and then some, meaning once I filed the motion last July, not only did my mom cut off visitation completely, but communication, you might as well say. So since then, not only have my kids and us felt like we went so far backwards in everything, but now I'm just barely getting to see my kids again, supervised with my cousin that now is basically fighting me too.
Of course.
It's just disgusting.
Will you send me a message on
I mean, there
Facebook?
was a time when they came out for their spring break.
Will you send me a message on Facebook?
How am I going to find you? Oh, because I just saw your thing. But no, I really got to go into work because, I started this other second, third, fourth, fifth job. That's all I could do is work, So, but no, I'd love to come on again, maybe tomorrow or something, or come on Wednesday.
Yeah.
You could be my other co-host.
Maybe we will.
Davis isn't too fond of me.
Oh, yeah, that's what you keep saying.
Yeah.
Well, I don't think he even pays attention to my show, to be honest. Come on anyway. I'll send you the link. Oh, shit.
Right, teacher, we'll get your ass into work.
Yeah, really. That's the thing I do have going, is I work my ass off, that's for sure, all this shit, all the lovely attorney fees and whatnot, but it is kind of fun when I'm in person.
That's all you can do.
That's one thing that will never falter him, I feel like I'm walking around with pays off in that fact too, that you just played a second ago with what's her face, that still cracks me up to the fullest. We have so many of those videos. Remember with Mike?
That was so
Bart?
Yep, with Mike. Yep.
I'm gonna shut up. I gotta go.
I think I have
See
one.
you
of them.
guys. Bye.
All right, bye. Dee.
Bye.
What was that video?
No, that was Deidre,
Or
guys.
what was so funny? Okay, what was that? What was so funny in the video?
So here's the thing: is we're trying to. So if you knew Margaret, when you're talking to Margaret, she's a firecracker, and she just going on when she gets to your airspace, that's her airspace. It's not yours. So like, Mr. Davis is very much like in control. Like this is his show and all of this stuff. And Margaret just was talking and talking. And he was just trying to get an answer out of her. That's all he was trying to get, an answer. So we're trying to ask her. Watch you.
Her freaking too big.
And that because they saw my husband's motorhome and I lived there, and they said that we lived in a place that no running water, no this, no that. And I said, I live in Utah. This is dad. I lived in Utah, and then I even got like in front of me the. What's so funny? That's why they took him because of neglect. Not. And I was just with
That's
my
all
husband
he wanted was that.
for 2 days in that motorhome.
CPS
sorry.
take your kids away from you in the place.
Oh, the chronic neglect. In Nevada because they saw my husband's motorhome and I didn't live there, and they said that we lived in a place that had running water, no this, no that, and I said I live in Utah. I was just visiting his dad. I lived in Utah, and then I even got like in front of me the.
I mean, I felt bad about it because she was just trying to get some help, but but yeah, that was good. That was good times back then. Oh, Michelle, thank you. I imagine. Do we look alike? Michelle says. Me and her friend.
Darren's my mom-lost brother, so yeah.
That's cool. Sent you an email address stipulation. Attorney failed to present evidence and even put on the record. Just comply. Don't let me talk. You would have done that.
If I didn't let me talk, if he would
Did you
have.
want to come to Michelle? Do you want to come on the show and talk? You want to come out and spread your message? Hey guys, how are you, Becca? Send you an email addressing stipulation. Attorney failed to present evidence and never put on the record. Just comply. Didn't let me talk. If you would have done that.
Yep.
Michelle, do you want to come in here and explain?
Because I told her, I said, be prepared. I already warned her. I was like, be prepared. I was like, I don't care if what is going on. I'm like, this attorney, literally the judge appointed for her. The attorney literally admitted that he sees the judge every day. They converse every day. So I said, Michelle, be careful.
Will you send that to her?
Like, just remember in the back of your mind that it's going to either pan out to be a good thing or it's going to pan out to be the latter. Okay. It's going to be a bad thing. So she says, okay. She didn't listen. She listened.
Can you send her the Can you send her
just
the
sent it
link?
to her. I know you
put
put
it
it
up
in
here.
chat.
But she might need it.
Well, I can on my phone.
Well,
God damn it. But I mean, essentially, I told her, I said, just be on the watch, be on the lookout, because God knows that I wouldn't trust an attorney as far as I could throw him. My own opinion. because I've seen it happen way too many times.
You might get one or two out there. They might get lucky. I mean, you might get lucky and get an attorney that's gonna try to work for you. Maybe.
And you know what? And I honestly thought, when I did have my CPS case, I honestly thought 100% that my attorney was doing I thought he was doing it for the right reason. But then come to find out, I'm like, well, wait. Like, he still, like, when they say they work for the court, 100%, he still was working for the court regardless. Because he essentially didn't tell me. He didn't ask me. He didn't get my input. And it's literally precedent that they are not allowed, specifically, not allowed to admit or do a stipulation without that person's full-fledged consent. What do you mean?
I sent it to her.
I was typing it out.
You sent it to her.
And I just...
Yeah,
it's crazy.
The stipulation is really it, right? Like, how do you prevent stipulations from taking place?
That freaking hearing, and not the shoulder hearing, but the adjudicatory hearing, I'm telling you right now, I guarantee you that 99.999% of the people will tell you that this is what happened to them, because this is exactly what happened to me. You go to the courthouse, you show up for court, your attorney, you see CPS's attorney, you don't realize who the CPS attorney really is. So, but you see your attorney talking to another one, you know who your attorney is, so you see him talking to the other one, whatever. And then they bring you in, and they're like, hey, okay, they take you into your own room, and hey, so they're going to find that your kids are dependent, abused, neglected, whatever. And you're like, wait, what is that? So what is that? Because this is me. What does that mean? Them telling you that, they just made that right there, right before he came and talked to you, he or she came and talked to you, they just made that agreement without you 110%. And then you are told that this is what is going to happen, rather than if you are willing to say that you admit to this. They're not getting your input. They can't do that. You have to do it. It has to be knowingly, intelligently, and willfully. If you're doing this and your attorney's having this conversation without you present, and then coming in and saying, hey, this is what's going to happen, you just fell into that trap, because that's exactly what happened. And people don't, right there is where it is. That hearing right there.
So how do you prevent that from happening?
How do you prevent it from happening? You tell them, like, I know what you did. I know what and I'm going to, me, myself, and I would tell him, if that happened to me again, I would tell him to, we're going to take this to trial. Don't even attempt to force me, threaten me, because I know your tactics. So, and I know that what a stipulation is, and I know they love to abuse it. I know they love to abuse that privilege, because they do heavily abuse that privilege. Because I can tell you 176 people that have taken that survey that I had out, not one of them ever knew what a stipulation was. People cannot figure out how they can provide their attorney with evidence, right? Everybody constantly always says, I gave him evidence to contradict it. Like, what is going on? Like, and their attorney just wouldn't do anything with it. They were like, they wouldn't present it in court. They wouldn't object in court. They wouldn't do this. They wouldn't do that in court. Wouldn't say anything about it. Because they don't have to. They just proved with that stipulation that you are guilty of whatever they said on that paper. Like, so stop doing it. I would never, ever, ever say, okay, again, because I got the transcripts from my actual adjudication hearing. And the judge is supposed to ask you himself or herself is supposed to ask you and perform colloquy and ask you if you understand the rights you are giving up and you understand what this does if you do this. That they can come back years later because your kids have been considered dependent, so they still continue jurisdiction regardless if you have an open case or not. They have continuing jurisdiction.
Okay, so the question is, how do you prevent this?
Don't do it. What do you mean? How do you prevent it?
But you didn't do it to begin. You didn't do it to begin.
You have to know. So okay, you have to know when this is happening, how this is. You have to stop and look at the picture and look at your surroundings, what's going on, essentially. Like, how is this, like, because that's what I didn't understand, because I knew people wouldn't really realize, like, it happened, because literally people don't know when it happened. They don't know how it happened. And I pinpointed it to the exact moment it happened in my own case. And I'm like, wait, okay, so that's it.
So how could you have stopped it? How could you have prevented it from happening?
I could have told him that, no, I want to go to a trial. I want them to prove their evidence against me. How much evidence do they have on me right now? That would have been some of the questions I would have asked. Like, how much evidence do they have on me right now that would make me be...
So you could you could show cause.
Yeah.
You could say, file a motion for cause.
And I mean, essentially, they have that burden of proof.
But preventing the lawyers from making this agreement for you. You need to know when they do it.
And you need to know, okay, so another thing is too, is that when the judge performs colloquy, right? You need to tell that judge I don't give a shit what your lawyer says.
What's colloquy?
Colloquy is where they go through and they advise you of your rights and what you are essentially giving up, like your right to a trial, your right to cross-examine witnesses, all that stuff. Like, they are supposed to perform it as well. Like, it's also their duty to do that, as well as your attorneys. They want to make sure that the attorney has properly advised the client, that because they're trying to do their due diligence and advising, they want to make sure that the attorney has advised you, not just the judge, because the judge is not really the judge's responsibility, but they want to make sure and clarify on the record that you essentially know, like, what you're giving up, what you're doing, because they don't want what I say and I continue to say and press on, they don't want it to happen.
Okay, done.
Because they know they screwed up. And they are not going to like that. Because they don't want to have to say, man, I was wrong. Because then they actually have to admit they were wrong. And that's not something that they do very often. Hi, Michelle.
Hi.
What's up?
Hi. How are you? I'm here.
Good.
I made it.
Your dog loves you so much. Yeah, you did. Your dog's not impressed.
I know. I just got home. I walked into the door. I was at my friend's house, and I have told him before that you two just look the same. I mean, you look so much alike. It's freaky. I'll have to send you a picture.
That's funny. Yes, my doppelganger.
But yeah, at my last hearing, well, they just, you were right, Becca. He didn't even say anything I wanted him to say. I filed that stipulation almost 3 months ago, and then I put an expedited thing in, and he's still not answering. He's not answering me, but so I was going to file another, like, is there anywhere? Like, yes, Becca's been beside me through all this. Thank you, and you too. I mean, everybody, but.
But you're writ of mandamus, so you've exhausted every avenue that you can go. Then, right? Because for the writs, you need to exhaust every avenue of that you can
Yep,
go.
she
You've
did
done
that. She
Rule
did the motion
60.
to
You've done
compel.
all of these.
Yep.
Yeah.
So there's no other place that you can go to in the
Nope.
courts.
What's that?
There's no other place, no other direction you can go in the courts, because that's what sucks about the writ of mandamus. It'll hold you up for 6 months while you're waiting for an answer, and then they'll come back and say, "Oh, well, you didn't follow. You didn't. There's other ways. You didn't explore all avenues." They'll say to you. So as long as you've done that, as long as you've done everything that you
Didn't
can,
exhaust our remedies in lower court.
Isn't
whatever.
there anything that I could go? Well, like I guess the writ mandamus, like to go to higher court and let them know, because this adjudication thing, my attorney at the time never put in that my daughter she was diagnosed with social anxiety and anxiety disorder and everything. Okay, so her adjudication, what her dependency thing was November 26th, 24. And she was found dependent. And I told my attorney, because she had missed a couple days of school, but that still doesn't, like they said she was enrolled on
Right.
September 10th and she wasn't. She was enrolled August 28th. And then I switched her. The day I switched her to online school is when they came to my door. And she,
You just took
she
your
was,
paycheck. What are you talking about?
yeah. Well, my point is that the judge doesn't even know like what like her diagnosis, that
They don't
I
care.
just lost my father. She was grieving over that. She was bullied at school. And that would explain
Were
everything.
those facts put in your evidence? Were those facts in your evidence in any way?
I put it on the record now. My
Our
evidence.
attorney didn't do
Now,
his
but
job
when
because there was a stipulation in place.
Right. And
so the judge didn't even know that these things were in
Correct.
existence.
and I've been trying to say that.
Right.
And then they took her at a review hearing on July 1st because they got a phone call of a drug allegation. But they used that contaminated evidence to take away her. And I never got my 72-hour shelter care hearing. They had Olivia and I were not allowed in the courtroom after the drug screening. So that's ex parte. I didn't have a counsel. So, I mean, all this stuff I've been trying to
If
get.
evidence closed as well, and like they had a hearing and evidence closed, that's non-admissible evidence.
So why don't you go to the federal courts and ask them to answer the constitutional questions that you just asked?
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask you guys, if I can do that. So write something
Of
up,
course you.
and then because
Now, it's not necessarily going to change the custody, but it can.
Well, they'll have to go back then and redo if your due process was violated, if your right to attorney was violated,
ex parte.
and all of that. They'll have to recommend to the lower courts that they go back and review and do that. I mean, they don't have to do that, but that could be something that you could hope that they would ask for.
And like he said, recommendation.
But then you don't even have to necessarily do it.
Like you said, recommendation. Right. That doesn't always mean that they have to follow what.
But they're not following. They're violating. I think I had like 8 violations of their own policies and procedures and all that too.
Yeah.
I mean,
there's case law that states that the error of the department supersedes that of the parent. I mean, there's case law that states that, and they still will just spit in your face with it. It's crazy. It's the damnedest thing. They're just it's
and there's no findings. I told Becca, like, there's no findings of abuse. I mean, I asked them too. I asked my attorney to ask them what the safety concern is today that is keeping her from coming home, and they cannot answer me that. They cannot answer me that.
Every time you go to court, it's a new trial. I don't know if you're aware of that, Darren, but every time you go to court, that is a new trial.
Yeah, and you know what the judge told me?
Right then and there that you are unfit, that there is a safety concern, that is happening right there and then, not 6 months ago. They don't. Right. It's not about 6 months ago. It's about that day, right there, right then.
Right.
And even in their own reports, they stated they never suspected drug use or abuse. They said the home is safe at on all their reports, they had not, no concerns. I have a teacher. I have one of her teachers. What else? Her family doctor stating that, I took good care of her, and there was no, no suspicion of anything. Like I said, I have a clean record, work with children.
I would be interested to see the funding report for your
Oh,
case.
I told you about how they
Do a FOIA.
a what?
A FOIA. FOIA those documents.
Okay.
Well, I
Alright.
can't per se because it's per case, but she could.
Yeah. Did you look up
Yeah.
my email I
Or you
sent
can
you,
too.
Becca?
That's all public information.
And that's the thing I sent you today. I worked on it. It's a motion. It's on my phone, or I would go over it with you. But and the judge told me at that hearing before he goes 3 hearings myself per se. I'm going to get rid of this attorney. Told him he whole week last week and wouldn't file anything. I asked him to file a motion to strike those drug
I told
screens.
you he wasn't going to do shit.
He's not doing anything. The only thing he's worried about is another hair follicle. And I said, I'll do it. I said, but under the conditions that the judge, because he told me that the judge will send Olivia home if I have another hair follicle, even though I have one that was negative. I mean, I shouldn't do it, but there's nothing in writing, nothing. So, I mean, it's just, and the judge told me at that hearing on June 2nd, he goes, here's your new, he goes, I didn't have to assign you an attorney, another attorney. And I'm thinking that is my right? I mean, so, I don't know. So what should so I'm going to take it to them can they force them to give me an answer on a stipulation?
Why wouldn't they?
Okay.
I mean, they really can't force a judge to do it. They're pushing the issue. So it's like putting pressure, like me. Okay. I have Social Security. I have an issue right now in federal court for Social Security for my kids' death benefits, right? Because another child made a claim on the account. Well, I've been fighting this since it happened, since it started.
Sorry.
And literally freaking, I have asked the magistrate to approve my motion to proceed electronically, right?
Uh-huh.
I asked him in December, and he didn't make any ruling on it. And then I started getting pissed off, and I was like, okay, March, when I had to file some other things,
Hold on. I'm
I
sorry.
ordered a motion to compel. And he still has yet to answer that motion. So now he's going to get hit with the federal appeals court when I file a writ of mandamus, because he is essentially punishing me for my husband's case and my husband not being allowed to now file electronically. So he is prohibiting me from accessing the court because of something I didn't do.
Wow.
Like, makes no sense. But I'm going to have to go, and I'm going to have to go to the federal appeals court and be like, hey, I need you to tell him that he needs to rule on this. Because regardless, he has ruled on multiple other motions, but this one. That is the only one he will not rule on.
Huh.
He's ruled on the opposing party's motions. He's ruled on my motions. But that one.
Well, so still do my writ mandamus, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And then
I believe you're in Pennsylvania, so I think is that the same one as, well, I guess it would be federal. It would be state federal. So wherever the state federal district court is.
yeah. You guys, in their reports, like the findings and everything, there is no findings of abuse or nothing. So I mean, it's just I had so many questions for you guys, and here I am flabbergasted and like can't speak because I get nervous. Oh, good Lord.
This is her problem in
Um,
court too.
Don't be.
it is my problem in court. Yeah. Um,
Confidence booster.
Well, let me answer Erica's. I'm gonna answer Erica's question
Go
real
ahead.
quick. Erica, yes, you can. What a show cause does is it gets a question in front of a judge immediately that you need an answer to. Just because you didn't hold a trial to it or whatever the situation is that you think the judge needs to have attention to, you file for order to show cause. So the answer to your question is yes. Even though you didn't go to trial, you can have show cause. You can ask to show cause and show cause for whatever it is that you're looking for the judge to have an answer to. But it's a way of you getting in front of the judge. Like, for instance, if you were getting evicted and you wanted an eviction stopped, I know that that's not what we're talking about here, but you would ask the landlord to do a show cause, so you don't need a trial to get a show cause. You just need a question for the judge that is relevant to your case, that you need an answer to, or something that they've enforced a penalty on you, or something along
Or
those
even for
lines. Stop your,
stipulations. I mean, you could use it in that whole sense. Like
Yep.
an order for show cause as to why
Yep.
this stipulation is valid if I didn't know what I was agreeing to
Mhm.
due to ineffective assistance of counsel, or not even the judge doing his job. Like, what do you want me to say?
and I asked my appointed attorney, which he didn't do shit. I asked him to ask them what risk of harm is my daughter, right? I mean, they can't answer anything. And the fact that my soon to be 14-year-old stepson is here at the house, they just tried to go after my Bob um, a couple weeks ago, and they said they had concerns about his safety. Now they just went after him, but they weren't too concerned about his safety in July when they
Hmm.
removed my daughter.
And to
Uh,
answer Erica's question,
Mhm.
show cause for
right.
evidence. No, it wouldn't be a show cause for evidence, because you're what happens is when the stipulation happens is everything in that report that they alleged is now their evidence. So you wouldn't do a show cause for evidence because that evidence is that stipulation you signed. Or you didn't even sign, because the stipulation doesn't even have to be signed. It could be an oral agreement that your attorney did for you on your behalf. So it wouldn't be for evidence. It would be a show cause for as to why you are still tied into this stipulation when you didn't know what you were agreeing to. You weren't even aware. You weren't even properly advised by your attorney. Because I know I wasn't. I know I wasn't.
And the judge doesn't even say, at the end how he's supposed to say, this, you understand everything at the end. He didn't
Hmm.
even say that.
No.
Um, but all I want is the reasons for reasons for why is my child still in custody, and they cannot answer that. I mean,
Right. You have no safety concerns at the moment, right? There's no safety as of
no,
the
but they
now.
keep
So what's
at
the
each
problem?
hearing, Darren. It's either a drug test or safety concerns, and it's just bullshit. I mean, they're just, and the focus is off
What
of
is
my
the safety
And the
child.
fact that they won't even let her take her own drug screen, the fact that the judge keeps saying
So
that she can only do it at
then motion,
CPS.
Yeah.
so then you need to have you filed the motion to show cause of why they still are continuing to have your child?
I'm gonna do that. Actually, I'm gonna do that tomorrow. I'm going up to the courthouse because I told my attorney. I said,
Absolutely. For the detention of your child, what is the problem? What are they doing? What is the
right,
problem?
and they keep focusing on like this appointed attorney he got me. I mean, I talked to him for like an hour straight, and
Well, you know he's a piece of shit. You know that he's a piece
oh
of shit, especially if the judge handpicked him. You know
yeah,
he
That's
is.
because
what I
You know what I
told
mean?
her.
Like, come on.
yeah, because he goes, oh, Judge Rulo pulled me aside, and he told me about your case, and he says you're strong-headed, and but I think I'm one of very few because it's a small town, and I think I'm one of very few parents that stood up to them. and I never signed anything. I never signed a safety plan. And is it true that um they have to have findings before I do a case plan, even though I didn't sign it, correct? I mean, they have to prove abuse, which they can.
No, they don't have
No?
to prove it.
No, they don't.
No. Because, okay, so a safety plan
That's the
is
hearsay.
before.
That's all the hearsay.
Yeah, a safety plan is essentially before court intervention.
I
It is
have my
technically a voluntary agreement, okay? But that is essentially what they take to the judge, and they file as the complaint to the judge and say, here, this is what she did. This is what I'm saying she did. I'm going to attest to this, and I'm going to say this is 100% what happened, okay?
Right.
And because you signed it, it makes you look like, okay, yep,
I
you
never
agreed to
signed a
be in that
safety
safety
plan.
plan or
But she didn't sign
whatever.
it. She
But you
didn't
know what
sign
I mean? Like, if you had signed it, like, that's
Yeah,
where they get you.
they're
But the
totally
safety plan is prior.
yeah, they're totally ignoring me. Like my parental rights are still there. And get this, I filed a motion to stay almost 2 months ago for my daughter not to go out of state. So get this, my oldest my one of my sisters lives in
You shouldn't be letting her go out of state anyway.
they did. And today, that's why I needed to talk to you guys. They brought this up at the hearing last week or a week and a half ago and said that they talked to my sister and that she's taking my daughter for the summer, for the whole summer. And she goes on an airplane. I mean, she said she just turned 17. So she's getting on board on an airplane by herself and going to South Carolina. And I told, and I objected to it. And they're still treating me like I'm dead. I mean,
Is your sister? Well, you are to them because you have an attorney. Is your sister a bad spot for your
well,
daughter to
she
go?
used to go there like for about 3 weeks every summer. But she hasn't for the past 2 years. And the fact that they didn't even discuss this with me, I mean, don't I have some
Right.
say? And they ignored my motion for her to stay. I specifically
Well, as long as you're represented by an attorney, Michelle, you can't submit motions or
yeah,
any
he
of that
told
stuff.
me
Like,
that too.
that's falls on deaf ears. So no matter whether you filed them or not, it doesn't matter. It falls on deaf ears, so they're not
So
going to
I'm
hear
gonna
it.
probably get rid of them
So
tomorrow because I'm going up to the courthouse and I have that one I sent you. I wanted you to look over. And
I didn't see it. Just so send it to me again.
okay, but yeah, I'm so like my daughter wants to come home. They're just there's no abuse.
we're seeing a lot of this now. We're seeing a lot of this, like 15 and 16 and
I get more
17-year-old
money for
kids
them.
that are getting taken.
Yeah, they made my sister.
Is that
Yes.
why?
She wouldn't believe me. I said, Diane, I said, you don't have to get licensed, your family. So they were going to remove my daughter in January because she was not licensed. And my sister,
They're doing that everywhere now. They're doing that everywhere now. They're forcing even family and kin and everything to get foster care licenses for their homes. And
Yeah, so they can get the funding
that
for
way
it.
they can get more money.
so
Right.
so if I would take this to higher court and have, and get this adjudication and get my evidence in and all that, and it's reversed, then would the whole rest of the case be dropped?
They won't reverse. They won't reverse it. So the federal court doesn't rule on family matters. What you're asking them is a constitutional question.
Okay.
You're asking them what the detention. I forget what you said at the beginning, but it beamed right in my head when you said that these are constitutional questions. Like, what rights have they violated of yours?
It's a 1983 case, essentially. Right?
Right, but
And
you can go in there. You don't even have to 1983. Just ask them to answer those questions.
Okay.
You need validation as to this amendment, and this amendment. You know what I mean?
Okay.
You don't need to go
If
full
what
fledged
this
lawsuit.
if what essentially happened in your case violated this right, correct, Aaron?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right.
And then they'll say yes, that was
And
constitutional.
then if they do
What
say
they'll say
that,
is-
then you can take it to the lower court and be
Right.
like, you're wrong. Now give me my justice or I'm going to sue you.
Right. And ask for a motion to a ruling to change the verdict or
Yeah.
whatever.
Okay. All right. I think I get it now.
But if you go to that federal court, and start dropping in there, they took my daughter, yada
They're
yada
gonna
yada,
kick you
they'll
right out.
throw that out in 2 seconds.
Yep.
Oh,
It's got to be just based on a constitutional question
Mhm.
only.
okay.
And if they don't even care if there's liberty interest involved or not.
Well, I
Mhm.
left a message with my governor, the Governor Shapiro, because my daughter should have never been taken. At all, Becca and Darren. Seriously,
I know.
they
I can't believe they did that to me when they first did
they
that.
just,
That was nuts.
yeah. So, and the gal is so biased, it's sickening. She wanted,
Well, you know the GAL is actually appointed, and the person that they answer to is the judge. You do know that, right?
oh,
They have no oversight. Their oversight is the judge.
yeah. She didn't do her job. She didn't even call, like, talk to both Olivia and I, or come to my house. Nothing. She was like wanted to take her away from the get go, and it's just okay. All right.
They do, man. Those GALs just come in like a swooping hawk, man.
Yeah.
Like, let's just take these kids out of
I
their
had a
nest
CASA
right now.
worker.
But
Didn't have a GAL.
They just don't know.
yeah.
Same difference, but
Where's Tiff at?
I don't know. She had some things come up tonight that she needed to handle.
Oh,
She was going to be late. So we just decided to do the show without her.
so I
Okay.
was just the fill-in tonight.
well. Oh, you're doing a good job, Becca.
That's Tiff right there.
Okay. Yeah. So I think you guys answered my question. I'll work on that tonight. And
We didn't answer her questions, Darren, because you know what? She's going to text me after this show.
I do
With like
text her a lot, Darren.
18
I'm like-
pages asking to
I do.
clarify
Mhm.
what we talked about.
I do. I call her, like, or text her. I just have one question, Becca. And then
And
we're
it's
on a
literally
done
8
some-
pages long. Don't let her lie.
But yeah. Well, because I'm learning as I'm going, and I'm like, oh, should I file this one?
It's a lot to learn.
I don't know.
I know,
And,
I do the same
I'm
thing.
That's why lawyers.
I am going to.
That's why lawyers make that.
What's that?
That's why lawyers make big bucks. I mean, there's a lot to what goes on in these
You even
cases
get
and what
somebody
they
to
have
pay
to
me
know,
$40.
So,
how they have to, right?
right.
Yeah, how they got to.
So how should I handle this attorney? I already text him. Like,
Well, you're gonna have to go.
I text him.
You'll have to go to the court. You're gonna have to go to the court. You're gonna have to ask them to remove your attorney for what reason, and the judge is gonna have to rule on that.
Okay.
So that's you can't just fire them and say we're done.
Well, I texted
Like,
him,
that's gonna have to be set up.
and I told him. I said, listen, because he even told me that he has to work with them every day and all that. And I'm like, oh God, here we go. I was better off pro se by myself. I can't believe I can't find it. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, that's
All right, Michelle.
you.
Thank you so
All
much.
right. Thanks. See you, Becca. See you, Darren.
All right.
All
Good
right.
luck.
Bye.
Bye.
Talk to you. All
The
right.
judge actually does what the GA. Yeah, 100%. The judge does do what the GA.
You're right.
They
Erica.
put in the recommendations because they're in their pocket.
But here's the thing. With the Chevron doctrine, they're not supposed to be able to do that anymore. They're supposed to rule on what the law is, not what the recommendations of these alphabet
Darren,
people
they're
are.
all lawless.
That's what the whole Chevron doctrine. I understand that, but that's the way it's supposed to be.
Supposed to. You're the word
So-
supposed to.
So that makes this whole fight just a
I
pain
know.
in the ass because it's not, what they're supposed to do. It's not on the same phase. It's ridiculous, and that's that. So you can only do what you can do. Don't beat yourself up about it because you're doing whatever you can do. If these were criminal courts, most of us wouldn't even be here right now.
Frickin' prison.
No, we would not be in anything at all. We'd be having a fucking picnic, tucking our kids and go to sleep at night. That's what
No,
we
I'd
would
be in
doing.
prison.
Well, you deserve to be in prison anyway.
Okay.
All right. Well, guys, thanks, Becca, for filling in for Tiff tonight.
Anytime.
Tomorrow's
Yeah,
Becca
tomorrow's me night
on
again.
top of it. So you get back-to-back Becca nights. So that'll be fun. Do you have any idea what you're going to talk about tomorrow night, Becca?
Well, I think I should probably talk about procedure, maybe, of how
Procedure.
stipulation, like how people fall into that trap. Go into more in depth about what I went into tonight, like explaining.
Yeah, I think, you know what? I think that'd be a good idea. I know the same thing with me, Erica. My criminal stuff was all dismissed by the state. It's crazy. But I think it would be a great idea for you to explain to people how to get out of the stipulations once they're in them when they didn't even know about it. I think you should find that stuff.
I already know how to do that. I
That's
tell
what's
people that all the time. They just don't listen.
Tell them tomorrow night. Well, tell them tomorrow night.
Sounds good. Good night, everybody.
All right. Bye, Becca. Bye, everybody.
I put the cart before the horse. A list of reasons, long as sermons, why I never needed a God. Then I heard his voice, so sweet, it put me on my knees. I'm holding on to hope for dear life, with God driving, and I'm finally free at last. God driving, God driving.
They said don't fight the system. They said stay quiet.
They were wrong. Lock in. We are exposing what so many have failed to. We are going to show you what bar attorneys have hidden from all of us. Hundreds of thousands of children and twice that of parents have been lied to and walked down the road of termination. It's the death penalty. We're all of the protesters, the ones who fight for the rights of prisoners, dogs, illegal immigrants. Why aren't you coming to the aid of our children and families? Right here in America, every day a child per minute is kidnapped.
And no one cares. We fight alone until today. CPS Punishers mount up. Here comes the CPS Punisher.
Anonymous tip, another lie from one of them. No warrant, no proof, just a badge and a grin. Stealing kids like trophies, thinking they'll win. Mama crying on the porch, daddy in the cage. System wrote the script, but the CPS Punisher just flipped the page. The educator they banned, I see every violation, every forged line, every ex-part hearing, every stolen time. One tap of the app and the truth ignites. Welcome to the CPS Punisher, now we can fight.
CPS and the courts have lied to us all.
The courts will not disgrace the family. CPS Punisher, here to avoid the chains and expose the game. CPS Punisher, the educator they never wanted you to find. Punisher, one tap and their empire cracks. We rise, we take our kids back. The app is called the CPS Punisher.
I'm the cape in the shadows, the skull in the night, the binder full of secrets and weapons you all need. Ab initio, watch me void that lie. Fourth Amendment armor, watch the tyrants cry. Falsified drug test gone in a flash. I see Tebio, warrior, due process king. Every parent's hero when the hotline rings. I call it justice. Download the truth, now the system busts us. From the courtroom to the streets, hear the battle cry. The CPS Punishers arrive. Kiss your bar asses goodbye. They tried to silence us, now we're the loudest voice in the room. CPS Punisher, here to avoid the chains and expose the game. This is reunification. This ain't rage, this is resurrection. Open the app, step into the fight. You ready?
CPS Punisher!
The app you need when they took your kid.
CPS Punisher!
The truth they hid, now the truth gets lit.
Punisher!
Download the power, take back the throne.
Punisher!
You're never alone. CPS Punisher. The educator they never wanted you to find. Void complete. Family restored. The bar is finished. The Constitution will prevail. Judges do what's right. Treason is your penalty.
CPS Punisher!
Here comes the CPS